She picked up her bag. She walked out of that arena. And not a single person in that building, not the fans, not the commentators, not even her fellow superstars, knew if they would ever see her again. What you witnessed on Raw this past Monday wasn't just a segment. It wasn't a storyline beat. It wasn't a worked angle designed to pop a rating. What you witnessed was one of the most decorated women in the history of professional wrestling, saying something that hit harder than any hip attack she's ever thrown. And she said it without a single word. Just a hug, a suitcase, and a walk into the unknown. The Empress of Tomorrow, gone. Just like that. And now, the entire wrestling world is asking the same question. Is Asuka done? Is this really it? And most importantly, why? Why now? Why like this? Well, I'm going to tell you everything. And by the time this video is over, you will understand exactly what happened, what's really going on behind the scenes, and why this situation is so much deeper, so much more emotional, and so much more heartbreaking than anyone initially realized. So do yourself a favor. Don't go anywhere. Let's rewind to Saturday night in Tampa, Florida. WWE Backlash 2026. A crowd buzzing with energy. A card stacked with incredible matches. But ask anyone who was there, ask anyone who watched on Netflix, there was one match that carried a completely different weight. Io Sky versus Asuka. On paper, it looked like another chapter in a heated feud between a mentor and her protege gone rogue. On paper, it was a compelling rivalry between two Japanese women who had been linked together throughout their entire WWE careers, through damage control, through broken alliances, through mutual respect that never fully disappeared even when the storyline demanded they be enemies. But something about that night felt different, before the first bell even rang. Hours before Backlash, Asuka posted a photo on her Instagram story. No caption, just a quiet, pensive image of herself staring out a window. And underneath it, Frank Sinatra's My Way. For anyone who doesn't know the song, it opens with the words, "And now, the end is near, and so I face the final curtain." That's not a coincidence. That's not an accident. Asuka has always been deliberate. She's always been intentional. Every brushstroke on her face paint tells a story. Every outfit means something. And that post was a message to the world, written in the only language she felt comfortable using in that moment. Emotion. The match itself was nothing short of extraordinary. Nearly 25 minutes of back and forth action between two of the finest in-ring performers on the entire roster. The crowd in Tampa was alive. They were on their feet. They were invested in every near fall, every exchange, every moment. But when Io hit the over moonsault and the referee's hand came down for 3, something in the air shifted. You could feel it, even through a screen. Asuka didn't roll out of the ring and disappear like a defeated heel would typically do. She stayed. She looked at Io. And then she lunged forward and embraced her in a hug so genuine, so raw, so completely disconnected from anything scripted that the entire arena fell into this stunned, reverent silence. She was crying. The Empress of Tomorrow, a woman who for years has been one of the most fearless, most untouchable, most dominant forces in all of women's wrestling, was standing in the middle of that ring with tears streaming down her face. She raised Io's hand. She blew a kiss to the crowd. She waved. And then she was gone. Backstage, almost immediately, the tributes started pouring in. Shinsuke Nakamura, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, who posted a photo from their damage control era without a single word, because no words were needed. And then there was Io herself, who posted in Japanese. Our story comes to its final chapter with today's match. Meeting Asuka-san, spending the same time together, being able to learn so much up close, these are irreplaceable treasures to me. Thank you so much, Asuka-san. We love you, Asuka-san. That's not a post you write after a regular match. That's not a post you write about a feud. That's a farewell. And on the Backlash post show, even Big E, someone who rarely gets visibly emotional in a media setting, said publicly, "I wonder if this is a goodbye. I've never really seen Asuka this emotional. If this is goodbye, I know she will be dearly missed. She has been a pioneer, She has done truly incredible things in the ring before she even got to WWE, but has further staked her claim as an all-time great here in WWE. When Big E pauses before he speaks about you, you know your impact is immeasurable. Then came Monday Night Raw, and if Backlash left any room for doubt, what happened on Raw erased it. Asuka appeared in a backstage segment with Io Sky, and she said the words that broke a million hearts. I was looking for someone to take over my position, and you became that person. They embraced one more time, and then the Empress of Tomorrow picked up her suitcase and walked out of the arena. Michael Cole on commentary said her future is up in the air. The internet exploded. Speculation ran wild. Was she fired? Was this a creative decision? Was it the TKO budget cuts? Was it a contract dispute? Here's the truth, and this is important, so pay close attention. Asuka was not released. She was not cut. She was not asked to take a pay cut. In fact, she signed a multi-year deal with WWE back in 2024, which means she's still under contract. What actually happened is far more personal, far more human, and in a way, far more heartbreaking than any of the internet drama that was being thrown around. Asuka approached WWE management and told them she has personal matters she needs to attend to, back home in Japan. She asked for time away. WWE, to their enormous credit, honored that request without hesitation. Multiple people inside the company immediately pushed back against any negative speculation, saying, and I'm paraphrasing, that they cannot speak highly enough of her and the work she does. She is, by all accounts, one of the most beloved and respected people in that entire locker room. Reports indicate there may be a family matter drawing her back to Japan for an extended period of time. No one has elaborated on exactly what it is, and honestly, that's how it should be. Some things are bigger than wrestling. Some things are bigger than television. Some things are bigger than ratings and storylines and title matches. What Asuka's impact means to you as a fan is not better than what it means to your favorite writer, and vice versa.
And when a woman who has given over a decade of her life to this industry, who moved across the world, who broke barriers, who shattered records, who defined an entire era of women's wrestling, when she says she needs to go home, you let her go home. You hug her, you wish her well, and you leave the door open. And from everything being reported, WWE has done exactly that.
Now, let's take a step back and truly appreciate what this woman has meant to professional wrestling. Asuka joined WWE in 2015, the first Japanese women's wrestler signed to the company since Bull Nakano in 1994. She went undefeated for 914 days, 510 days as NXT Women's Champion, a record that still stands. 3-time WWE Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, 5-time Tag Team Champion, Grand Slam Champion. She carried NXT's women's division into legitimacy, helped build the foundation for the women's evolution, and proved without question that language is no barrier to connection when your talent speaks for itself. She is 44 years old. She has wrestled for over 2 decades. She has given everything, her body, her time, her art, to this craft. And if this is the end, she deserves every tear, every tribute, every standing ovation. And if it's not the end, if she comes back, the way we all desperately hope she does, the pop she's going to get when that music hits will be one for the ages. The Empress is not gone. Not really. She lives in every women's match that happens in a WWE ring. She lives in Io Sky, who she shaped and mentored into the star she is today. She lives in the records nobody has touched. She lives in the memory of every fan who chanted her name, painted their face like hers, and believed in her through every single chapter of this remarkable career. So wherever you are right now, Asuka, thank you. From every single person who ever sat in those stands, who ever lost their voice chanting your name, who ever watched you and thought, this woman is on another level. Thank you.
If you're new to this channel and this story hits you the way it hit us, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. It genuinely means the world to us here at WrestleCore. Every sub, every bell, every like, it's what keeps us going, so we can bring you coverage like this, as raw and real as the sport we love. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to know how you feel about Asuka's departure. And please share this video, because a legend like this deserves to be celebrated by as many wrestling fans as possible. The Empress walked out, but she'll never truly leave.